Hello and welcome in today's video about Beluga. I know it's only been a couple of days, but I decided to make an update since I've done a decent amount of progress and it might look like I'm moving quite fast on this, but it's going to slow down ridiculously after this video because I mainly used all of the parts I have and I'm not going to order until next year, and that's why it's going to basically take quite a bit of time and probably not change anything at this airplane in the next coming 2 months. Although in a couple of weeks I've got a convention and I might do a little bit over there, but we'll see. So I'm gonna update you about what I've got so far. I've got more mechanisms in there, the flaps, as well as I've got a couple of motorized things which I want to show. And I've got the upper deck now. The design of the fuselage is still not completely done yet because I want to make this a little bit higher over here so I can make sliding mechanisms so I can still take off the upper deck, because as you can see I can't remove the roof, although currently it's quite stable. And yeah, there's still a couple of things that have to be done, and obviously I removed this part in the middle here because I needed the parts for that, but you can see that there will be some stabilizer in the middle of here as well. But I want to tell you a couple of things about this fuselage. So it's obviously really hollow, which is nice because we want to put another airplane in there, and I made sure to walk with an uneven width and an uneven amount of studs on the top, so you can easily build a vertical stabilizer, and I can integrate some lights in the middle of here since, as I mentioned before, the roof can't open, so the only way you'll be able to look in the interior is when the cargo door opens. And that brings me to the next thing. So over here you might have noticed a couple of things. This is sort of what I wanted to do for the cargo door. Now obviously I will make it more complex, I will use smaller parts, and this will be integrated in the roof. But this is the first design I have got, so the switch over here will be in the tail and the motor will be in the tail too. Currently I'm using an M motor, but I might change it to an XL motor, depends on how heavy the cargo door becomes. But how smaller the motor, how easier of course. So I'll actually show you. It's quite noisy and it's not the fastest thing. I mean, you can see a couple of gears going on here to make it really a lot slower, just so you've got a bit more reaction time, and the Beluga cargo door in real life opens quite slow as well. So this is gonna take a good 30 seconds at least, with quite a bit of noise. But basically, if you can still hear me, you can see this linear actuator extending and pushing down. Now it's really making a lot of noise, so if you don't really want to see this, skip a couple of seconds of the video. But I'm just gonna show pretty much how this works. I just need to be ready to stop. So that's about it. It can still move a little bit more. Oh, there you go. So yeah, you just heard the gear slipping a little bit. That isn't too bad, but it opens quite steep. Now obviously it will be put upside down like that for the cargo door, but I didn't want it to open too far because otherwise I've had it testing once and otherwise it randomly decides to close the other way, and I don't want that to happen. And yeah, there are a couple of things. Now this controller is not for that, but for these engines, which I'll show you. And also something I think is worth mentioning is the battery over here is temporarily in the back. It will be placed in front of here, but I need an extension wire for the I receiver, because the I receiver is located somewhere over there. I don't know if you can see it, maybe a little bit, but it's located over there. And an extension wire for the nose, because I will be putting the battery right in here. But it's pretty easy if you're on the right channel, at least. Just like that and like that. Obviously I can move a lot faster, and yeah, I mean, probably not the first time you've seen such a thing, but I thought it was worth putting it in. And now a couple non-motorized features, and then I'll talk after that about the room we're in, because some might have noticed this is a different room, so I'll give you a little bit more information about that. So first of all, is something pretty simple. Now I'm actually going to put the camera down. So yeah, we don't have a good view, do we? Give me a moment, I'll figure this out. Alright, so we've got a flap over here, which just functions like that. It doesn't have any fancy sliding mechanisms, but it's been done with a couple of ball joints, and I'm talking about these. This is extremely useful to make flaps and just weird angles, since yeah, they're extremely useful just in general. And then I've also managed to integrate an aileron, and that means that it had to go up and down. So down is pretty simple, just like that, but up is where it gets interesting. So it is with a sliding mechanism, and it goes up about until that. Now sadly it's a little bit thicker than I wanted to, but I think I can still adjust a couple of things. And the way I've done that is actually quite simple. So I'll remove the wing and show you, because I've heard that a couple of you were also looking into designing your own ailerons. But basically it's done with a couple of bars over here and a flex bar, and it just goes like that. It's really simple. You can see the bar sliding over there. It's about that. It's actually really simple. Now obviously I can still make this a little bit thinner, but it works really easy and consistent, and I'm happy with the mechanism. Now I'll put back the wing. And now it is time to show you a couple of things about this room, because yeah, as I said, this is the new Lego room. Now it's not going to be the main Lego room. The table is a bit bigger, but this is not going to be while I'll be building the airplane. So this weekend I won't actually be able to build on this thing, because I don't have parts over here. Like, that's about all of the parts here, and a couple more blueprints and a stand-up for another airplane I'm working on. But this is going to be another display room, and over here there's a little sneak peek earlier in the video. But yeah, I will be building an airport, so this will be a terminal. That's why there are a couple of plates over there as well to start the terminal, except for the white plate, that's still for the Beluga. But yeah, we've got the Beluga over here, which will obviously be the eye catcher. And then this is an old Lockheed. I don't really remember, but I'm not sure about these two yet, but I was sure that I wanted to build an old propeller plane, and then somewhat a smaller, more modern jet, and we'll see how that turns out. And then obviously a really eye-catching cargo model or something. Now the camera is often getting difficulties focusing, but that's okay. So yeah, I think that's wrapping it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I really want to show more progress, and yeah, next week I'll upload a video about that truck, as said in previous video. The video is recorded, it just needs a bit more editing, but that's about it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.